Good morning, HPQ, and how are you today?
Oh, Delight said, did you guys
Absolutely
get
top.
enough rest? No. No, I have not. I'm as tired as a few things. I
You
won't
was very
say the
tired.
usual
It wasn't. It
analogy.
wasn't. It wasn't down to me because I weren't there. So
No, 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 no. It
if you
wasn't. It
never got
wasn't.
you never got rest, it weren't because of me.
Ah, no, 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 no. I came back from there. I mean, it wasn't far. So a 50-minute car ride to Wolverhampton. We went to see Miss Elvibe's mummy, who wasn't very well. So spent some time there. Then came home. Ended up staying up and doing a few bits and pieces. But I'm here. Do you know what's the
As
nicest thing
always,
though? Is
what's
that
the
it's
what's
light in the mornings now. No, no more at 8 o'clock is it dark. It's light. So I'm very happy for the mornings. But no, I am tired. I'm very tired. I was calculating how many steps I did over the weekend, which was nearly 50,000 steps
mm,
from Friday till Sunday. So that was a lot of steps I did. But good morning to everybody. Good morning. Do you know, it's the first time I met Carl Bassett as well over the Spa
mm.
Weekender, and it was lovely. And yes, we did have a dance. Sharky didn't see it. We had a long dance, in fact, over two tracks. I was looking to move away after the first, and Carl was like, no, no, you're staying here. I must be just that good. Thank you, Carl. Very light on his feet. I'm telling you, he's really getting down to it. Jack's happy, good morning. Mary Kid, good morning. Delight, the birthday girl. Miscellaneous, another birthday girl, good morning. Who else? Who else? Who else is on today?
Loads.
Loads. I'm going through it all. Mary Kig, Verona. Listen, too many to shout out, but also on HBQ's Mixcloud, which is Wolf Michael Fister. He's back, he's back, he's back. Hello, sir. And
Hey, hey,
Miscellaneous, as
hey.
I said. Good morning. Now, I was supposed to find my straight out the record box t shirt. Good morning, John.
It's in your suitcase.
No, the purple ones are, but not the white one. I could not find it this morning. I was just like, this is how I'm
Uh-oh.
coming on. Sorry. Just forgive me. It's one of those mornings. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. One of the things I want to ask though, Carl Bassett, now you're online, because I asked you on Facebook, that last track that we all danced to, where I spun the camera around, the last man, the last people standing, need the name and
He got
need
it
the
from
artist.
me. He got it
Name.
from me.
I didn't ask where I got it, where you got it from. I
I've
said
been
the
playing
last
it.
track that
I've
was
been playing
played.
it. I've been playing it for weeks.
Don't matter. It was Carl that played it. That people want to know. So Carl and only Carl, what was the name of that track, please, and the artist?
I'll
Yeah,
send it
thank
to
you,
you.
thank you very much. He's such a troublemaker. He is a troublemaker, everybody, isn't he? But
I'll let
anyway,
you. I should let you into a little secret what Carl said to me before he played it.
you can tell us later. You can
Now,
tell us
big up
later.
Carl, man. He played it at the right time. Yeah, banging,
He did.
banging. Yeah, absolutely wicked track.
But it was a great weekend for those that came to the Spa weekend. It's the third DJ and a Cobbler Spa weekender from Friday the 31st of January all the way till Sunday. It felt like it was too short. Going to lobby them to say we need longer times, I think, till Monday. Take the day off work and just have a whole Sunday at the spa. But it was fantastic. We had an African wear theme night on the Saturday, and everyone came out in their fabulous outfits. Honestly, it was just amazing to see. And I think the staff were mesmerised. It was like, everyone's so colourful, so beautiful. Yes, that's a we. Colourful and beautiful.
It was nice. It was really nice. Lovely. I tell you, it was a very very different type of weekend as well, wasn't it?
It was for
Yeah,
all sorts of reasons.
yeah, yeah. But it was just nice, relaxing weekend. Not too much, not too hard, you know. And it was exactly what it says on the tin. It's a relaxing weekend.
For some, it was. And in fact, it brings me on. It brings me before I even start with the news. It
Mm,
kind of brings me onto a story, right? Because I'm rushing, right? Part of
mm.
organising it. Man, I never get no time to fix up my toenails and stuff. And I don't know how many other women do this, but I didn't paint my toenails, right? So, as an emergency precaution, right? In order to make sure that your feet go up well, I put the shoe on and I painted the first 3 toenails. Right? And I don't know anybody else who does that because it has to happen sometimes. You're in a rush or you've forgotten to do your toenails, never had time, and you just paint the first 3, the toes that are basically pointing out the shoes. It worked. It worked. Nobody noticed. Nobody said nothing. But I want to know how many other people do. Is it just me, or are women proper women and get their feet done properly and not like HPQ and do 3 toes?
So what, you put 3 toes that was looking out, that's sticking out
Yeah,
the
you know
feet?
the peep show, so 3 toes were just pointing out, the last 2 were in the shoe. So I figured I could get away with that because no one's going to see it.
I didn't notice, and normally I notice toes, but I didn't notice. I was just looking at the shoes. It was a
Well,
lovely
you
pair of
wouldn't
shoes.
see it. It's hidden. My last 2 toes are hidden in the shoe. You wouldn't know they're not painted unless I
Oh,
take them off. The only time we'd notice it was later on, but by then I'm
oh,
getting
I
into bed.
see.
And then I had my trainers on, so I had my socks on, so no one could see my feet. So it was great. It was great. I got away with it. No one would know. Nobody would
Things
know.
women do and get away with, right?
I'm telling you, Delight says she's guilty of that too. See it there? I know there's enough other women that do that. You can't do it with your fingernails, but I did know someone that came out and didn't paint their fingernails too tough. And someone had to say, is that how you come out? Some women take that very seriously. If you don't have a matching bag with your shoes, your nails are not done, you've got hairs out of place, all that. Enough time I have people come brush up the back of my hair when I got it up in a bun. The pepper grains them is showing.
Oh dear. What are we gonna do with you, eh?
I don't know.
Let
I've
me.
got to get all proper girly, proper.
You do, innit? Yeah. Let me play a track.
That was a big sigh.
Me?
That was a big sigh.
Yeah. Just taking a deep breath for burning coffee, burning me mouth.
No, I'm still waking up, people. I'm sorry. HPQ is half here, half not here. But just reliving the wonderful memories of this weekend and the people that I met. Just, it's really crazy. Sometimes in life, you don't think that you'd make friends at this point or that you could meet great groups of people. And this weekend showed me that there's some wonderful people there in the world. Whether I get to know their personalities beyond that and it might be different, I don't know. But on the outset, I'd have to say it was a fantastic group. I didn't come away thinking, I don't like that person, I don't like this person. There's some people that, just get under your skin. But as you get to know them, understand what their issues are, and when they're resolved, you get to realise that they're all beautiful people and they just want their issues resolved. And that's what I saw and found. And I've just got to say, just fantastic. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So thank you all for coming along. I do hope you come along again next year. It's going to be good fun.
Yes,
See what thing
yes,
we can come up with
definitely.
next. And Solcy. I wouldn't say Sharky, Solcy.
Salty,
Because I wanted to say salsa. But Solcy came out.
Salty. You
I'll
really,
call
not,
you that now.
you really are not awake this morning, HPQ.
Do you know?
Oh,
I must be a very resilient girlfriend because I was watching the video that I took of us all dancing. And all I remember is that Sharky took the camera and then he walks around to every woman, smiling like, yeah, see me here? Look, ban this one now. Smiling, going from woman to woman. But when you did get to me, you did give me a kiss, like to show you.
there you go.
I
There
did
you
say
got,
I'm a
you got the
woman.
little extra touch, isn't it?
I did. I got the little extra touch, so I'm all right with that. I'm all right. But anyway, what's in the news this morning? I'll tell you what, one of the things that really bugged me over the weekend was Barclays. Anybody bank with Barclays? Because if you did, you would have known you had no access to your money this weekend. From Friday, on payday. Like it's the first payday after Christmas. Everybody's waiting for this payday, right? Everybody's broke, skint, waiting for that Christmas month to be over. So they want their money, right? Want to go shopping, want to buy some clothes, want to do whatever. Barclays just crashed and burned. At first I thought it was me. But no, the app locked me out. Couldn't get in, said come back later. But because I was on my way till weekend, I thought I'd deal with this another time. I'll use one of my other accounts. But it's not fortunate for everybody else that doesn't have other accounts and just has one main account. So,
Well,
yes.
I was all right because I was walking with cash. I was walking with a water cash. Old school, mate. Old school.
They said a detector that monitored outages showed that more than 5,000 people encountered problems. It's more than 5,000 people. More
It
than
was more than
5,000
that, yeah.
people used the banking app. That's a lie. And it was down from Friday, not just from Saturday. And it wasn't until last night that I was able to get in and transfer money to pay my mortgage today. Because if it did bounce, Barclays would have been paying. The mortgage is actually with Barclays, but I pay it through another account. Isn't that weird?
Mm.
But Barclays would have paid. But if you were one of the affected customers, Barclays is offering compensation for any kind of unreasonable expenses incurred, or if you had things bounce, or if you couldn't get access to money, all that sort of thing. You know I'm going to be putting in my compensation claim.
Mm.
I'll find something that I was affected by, you know. Probably just as a goodwill gesture, they should be offering it anyway. So for those of you that were affected by this banking outage, please just contact your Barclays bank either on the chat, in your app chat, or you can contact them by telephone and tell them the ways that you were affected and see what kind of compensation that you could be awarded. Please
Okay,
try to.
there you
Don't
go.
ever leave it.
Mm. And on that note, you want another track?
We could do, but Carl Bassett says it was so good to meet both of us. Next time he needs more salsa lessons.
Yeah. Take the
So you need more
salsa
of that.
lessons instead of sitting down and watching. We needed men, it was shortage of men, and he just stood there and watched, and he was dancing with his eyes.
When we come back, actually, it's a good point because at the Spa Weekender, the majority of it, about 98% of it was women, which wasn't so bad. We come to relax,
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
have a nice time in a boogie. It was still lovely, but we want some men there. Where are you? Where was you, John J.E.? Where were you? Where are
We'll
you,
be,
Wolf Michael Fister? Why don't you come over here? We want to see you. We would
yeah,
like to see you.
we'll get
We'll
more
roll
guys
out the
next
red
time.
carpet for you, sir. Come along. We want to see you.
Music. Ah, there you go,
Yes,
HPQ.
Delight says first time she heard this mix was on Friday. I can confirm Sharky has been rocking this tune from a few for a few weeks. I heard it on another show as well, and I did get the details of the track, but just forgot all about it. But the tune is beautiful, and I got the video that we were dancing to at the end. So I'm going to push it onto the Mixcloud, and I'd like you to play this track again towards the end, and we'll run the video that was behind it as well to make it look good. Because it was a very nice video. You could just see everyone enjoying themselves right at the end, the last men standing. Right,
Yeah.
let's go on with some news, I think. Now, one of the news that was in last week was this plane crash, right? The helicopter hit this, was it American
Yeah.
Airlines jet? Donald Trump comes out and says it's because of this diversity thing. Right, we haven't got the right people in the jobs because because we're adhering to diversity. We've got the Mexicans or Latinos or black people in, and obviously they are not the best people for the job. And that's the first thing he comes out with without knowing any information whatsoever. He is such a dangerous man in that sense, and
Yeah.
so for a president, it's so wrong. It's wrong to condemn a set of people and when you don't know the facts. And you've got a whole nation of people that listen to your every word. Drink bleach. Yeah, I'll drink bleach. Trump said it. Let's drink it. Storm the Capitol Hill. Yeah, let's go to storm Capitol Hill. Trump said it. It's because of diversity. The words that he says rings true for so many people, when in fact it wasn't down to diversity. They're still digging up what happened. Now they're saying, first of all, they're saying there was a collision because the air traffic controller wasn't taking notice of what was happening in the air and should have been able to divert the collision. There's another theory coming out that the helicopter was not flying at the right altitude or at the right course path, which also caused the crash. So we're waiting to find out what happened there. But those civilians and airline staff died, and the helicopter training crew, I think it was a Black Hawk. Yeah, it was a Black Hawk helicopter with its 4 crew died, and 67 people on board that aircraft were believed to be dead as well. They've not found any bodies. Doubtful if there was a massive explosion in the air. If someone survived, well, God was looking out for them that day. But may they rest in peace, their souls. You wouldn't have even known that was about to happen. And, hopefully everybody died peacefully. And it's a tragedy that has happened there. These things shouldn't be happening in this day and age. I mean, the course it was on, I don't know how many seconds it would have been to realise that the jet was going towards the helicopter or the helicopter was going towards the jet, and why they couldn't divert, because a helicopter can manoeuvre quite quickly and so can a jet, kind of. So I don't understand how they just continued flying into a flight path.
Yeah, because I think obviously the way that the system operates, I'm not sure if you mentioned it actually, because I switched over just quickly while he's talking, but they operate on a line of sight, and the helicopter wasn't supposed to be so high. I think he was either too high or too low. I can't remember exactly the path that the helicopter was on, and they rely on sight, and he confirmed that he saw the plane in the air. But the plane that apparently that he looked at was the wrong plane,
Ah, yes,
and he
there was
didn't
another one
see.
there.
There was another plane. Didn't see the right plane. They confirmed that he see the plane, carried on flying, but didn't see the plane coming from the other direction, and flew into the path of the plane.
And the worst thing
Yeah,
is, why wouldn't air traffic controllers say there's two planes in the area? Can you see
he
two?
did. They called up the helicopter and said, "Can you confirm sight of the plane?" And the helicopter said yes. The helicopter
No, I
pilot said
mean,
yes.
but there
That
was
there was
two
two.
planes.
But
Yeah,
the plane
but
that they saw was way on the other side. It wasn't near them. It was far away. So obviously, there's a lot of planes in the area, loads and loads of planes. So the plane, obviously, the system that they use or however it works. I mean, I'm not sure, but apparently it's something like that. Really sad, really.
and it's a sad system where they're saying use your line of sight, because if they're saying can you see the plane and there's two planes in the air, surely they should tell them there's two planes. Which one can you see? And they should be able to detect where the
Yeah.
plane is, judging by where the helicopter is.
Yeah.
So they'll know a plane is to the south, southwest, southeast, northeast, west, north, wherever.
Yeah. I
And
mean, there's a lot that's going on there, isn't it? I mean, for them to confirm that, I mean, it's really, it's a complicated one, but it's sad, really, that unnecessary loss of life there. Very, very sad indeed. I mean, that could be, I mean, who's on that plane? Families, people went to see their family on a, totally innocent, got nothing to do with it, and boom, just like that, It was a horrible human error, but it's one of these things that happen in life.
I know. And when President Trump spoke about the incident on Thursday, he was claiming this without any evidence, as I said, that the crash may have been caused by diversity initiatives within the federal government. But he actually doubled down when asked about the potential air traffic controller shortage, because there is a shortage with air traffic controllers. And in fact, one of the I think it was the leader, director, CEO, I don't know, whatever the lead name is. He actually quit when Donald Trump came into power because of Elon Musk, because that air traffic controller clashed with Elon Musk quite a bit with his rockets and satellites going up into the sky. And obviously Elon Musk was doing some things that he weren't supposed to be doing. And now Elon Musk is in government. As I
Yep.
said last week, it's a dangerous duo. Elon Musk and Trump is a very dangerous duo. Very, very dangerous. And whilst I applaud Trump on some of his efforts, I am sitting here scared. It's like when Rachel Reeves is going to open her mouth again when she's been in with Keir Starmer. What's she going to come out with? What's she going to take from us now? And I'll let you play a track and we'll talk about what Rachel Reeves, what she's raiding next.
Hey,
That'll be great.
HPQ.
Hey. And yes, we will indeed see those lovely ladies this weekend celebrating their birthdays. We'll be up in London. Can't wait. That should be good fun. But what I'm not looking forward to is, as you know, we're in February now. And what comes in April? All of the price rises, more bills, everything resets again. Council tax resets. Everyone's going to know what council tax they'll be paying this year. A good couple of hundred is going on there, especially if you're in Birmingham, in the West Midlands up there. There's also a few councils that are absolutely skint. Slough is one of them. Croydon's another. Who else is out there? Lots of them. Lots of them are saying they cannot cope and applying some of these section notices for bankruptcy. So look out for that, guys. Council tax is coming. Make sure you save a few pennies for the additional monies you are going to have to spend on those bills. Now, what else is going up this year? The license fee, the BBC license fee, the one that I don't pay because I don't watch TV. And it's going up to, it's currently at £169 £169 going up to £174.50. They still have scandals. They are still overpaying their senior presenters, and they are still fiddling with kids, some of these presenters. I am not paying for it. Full stop. All these years that they've taken our money and paid the likes of Jimmy Savile, where's that money back? I want money back before I put any more money in. But you know what they're doing? The only way that people
What's
can get
that?
out of paying the license fee is by either not having a TV at all, or not watching BBC or the iPlayer, or just watching streaming services. So now they're taking it to the streaming services. They want to include, if you watch any streaming services, they want you to pay a license fee. The
No
government is
way.
actually in talks with the BBC. Brits are outraged. I am outraged. I'm one of those Brits, yeah?
Why?
They
Why?
want to
Why?
extend the license because the BBC is not raking in any more money. A lot of
So
people are...
now they're forcing money out of people for services that we're
Yeah,
not using their service, and they want to charge
yeah,
us.
yeah,
So
yeah.
really, what they're really saying is that you have to be watching something. Does that include YouTube as well?
If it's a streaming service, yeah.
Does
Does
that
it
include?
include TikTok and all
Does
the
it?
others?
Does it include Mixcloud like this?
Who knows? Who knows? Well, the
Because that would
government
be
basic.
absolutely ridiculous.
Well, the BBC license is set to expire. Okay, so the mandate in which they set out how it was supposed to be funded and everything is set to expire in 2027. So they're now looking at ways at how they're going to fund the BBC because they don't know if they're going to carry on with the license model. Government hasn't ruled it out. They haven't ruled it back in either. So they need to look at how this BBC is actually going to be funded. Is it going to be funded by us, the taxpayer, or is it going to be funded by some other kind of advertising models or the revenue that they bring in from BBC News? They do make money, I'm telling you, and selling all their programs. But they start bringing that in. Come on, man. People have got to revolt. I don't want people to be like, okay, let's pay something else. Come on. Where are all
Listen,
the people that stand up for all of this?
listen, I ain't paying in jack. Right, they're gonna have to be chasing me because they ain't coming in my house at all. Right. So as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing. Yeah. I'm one of those people that just live with and if I own a TV, I own a TV. As far as I'm concerned, I don't own a TV when you're not coming in my house. Simple as that.
Exactly. I mean, readers have expressed outrage, and one person said, and this is very true, and I agree with them, the license fee should be abolished and the BBC forced to compete with other broadcasters on a
Yeah.
level playing field instead of being subsidised by the public. Others encouraged other methods such as introducing adverts to make up the shortfalls. We have adverts everywhere.
Yeah.
Why not the BBC? I don't know why they don't want to move to adverts. Why do they want money from the public? That's an easy way of getting money. And then they give you a criminal record. Imagine that, you get a criminal record because you don't pay your BBC licence fee.
It's really
What kind of
ridiculous.
craziness is that? Who thought of that? Who went to jail for their licence fee for not paying it? Absolutely scandalous. It's scandalous at how they've been
Order.
able to get away with this. I am not paying to watch something I already pay for. I already
Exactly.
pay for streaming services. Now you've got to get a license to watch a streaming service that you pay for. They better take it up with the likes of Netflix and Sky. Or BBC better come with better programs that people want to pay their license fee and switch on TV for. Bridgerton ain't enough. Nor is EastEnders. And nor is Strictly Come Dancing. You can't just have 4 shows on and expect people to be like, oh, I'm paying £174 for this. No.
I like Donald's comment. He says, do they also want to charge us for breathing air? Because that's what's coming next. You know that,
I
right?
suspect.
You know that. Oh, dear. Miss Lady
I s-
says they don't need to come into your house to know you have a TV. If you buy one, they have a record. Listen, I've got no TV that I've bought on record at all whatsoever. And if I do go and buy, I'll put somebody else's name in it as well. So,
just
somebody
because
who's
you have
got a
a
license.
just because you have a TV doesn't mean to say you watch it.
Exactly.
And they have to. One thing, there's a little fallacy about the BBC license fee, and it's exactly the same as these parking companies that are not official parking companies. They try their luck, and if you're not watching the BBC or live TV, you don't have to pay a license fee. On top of that, the license fee officers cannot just come into your house and check what you're watching. They can't. They can't come onto your property and do that. They would need a warrant and the police and all of that to get into your property, and that takes a lot, and they're not doing that. And these licensed detector vans,
It's rubbish.
that's a
That's just
fairy
a
tale.
con, yeah. Yeah.
It's a fairy tale.
They
There's
have
no
to prove that you're watching TV before
Yeah.
they can even get a warrant.
The only way that they can prove that you're watching TV is through the iPlayer. So if you log into the iPlayer, they can ping your IP address and find out if you are accessing the services without paying a license fee. That's just about the only way. Not unless you've got peeping toms through your window, but then they couldn't use that recording because they'd be on your public property without proper notification and couldn't use it in court. So you're all right. You're all right.
Just divert the IP address and you're all right.
Yeah, VPN.
The VPN, yeah, that's it. Just get yourself a VPN and do that. Okay, HPQ. I see you writing away there.
Yeah, because I just don't want to forget what it is that I wanted to actually mention. Now, who was it that said something about Real McCoy? Who was it? Delight, that was it. I had the same argument with the BBC as I asked them for footage of when I was on Dance Energy. Oh, you was on Dance Energy, I remember that. They said they haven't got them, so I said, how have you still got the film footage from the World War II, but nothing from 1990? I was met with silence. But someone mentioned...
That was Adelaide Mackenzie. She said BBC has bought an archive of footage in their library. I watched a variety of reggae artists late the other day. I want to watch the old Real McCoy footage that they said that they had lost.
Yeah.
How have they lost all of the...
It's not lost. It's not lost. They did initially say that the footage was lost, but it was found in 2020. It was added to BBC iPlayer. Then, do you remember Real McCoy? There's a cast.
Yes,
remember?
the Real McCoy was good.
You can name
Yes.
all of them. Felix Dexter was in there. Judith Jacobs.
Judith Jacobs on Rex Radio, isn't she? She just won
Yes,
an
she
award
is.
there, yeah.
Yes, she
Eddie
did.
Nestor there as well.
Yes, Eddie Nestor.
Yeah.
Who else was
Robbie G.
there? Robbie G.
Yes. And
Who were the two
young
women?
lady. That's the one down
there's-
the bottom. I can't remember her name. The cute one on the left-hand side. I can't remember her name. She
What's
was
her name?
funny. I wonder what's happened to her these days. There's the guy, who's
Oh,
Felix
I've
Dexter,
got-
who's passed away.
I think it's Luella Gideon is her name.
Yeah.
That's her name, Luella
She was
Gideon.
fantastic. She was
She
fantastic.
is, and she was actually in. I don't know if anybody remembers this other comedy show. It used to be on late called Three Non-Blondes
Oh, yes.
with Luella Gideon in it. That was my show, and I want to see previous episodes. That show was one of the funniest comedy sketches I had
was funny.
seen. And I love it. And I kind of need to find the archives of those. I'm going to lobby BBC. I'm going to sneak into iPlayer. Someone give me their login, please.
Yes.
So I could go into iPlayer and watch this footage. But Three Non-Blondes, man, that was a program. Who else loved Three Non-Blondes?
That was good. Do you know what I'd actually like to see again on TV? No Problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No
Yeah.
problem. Oh, that was so good.
With Victor Romero Evans. Don't
Yes.
forget, I used to fancy him. He had that dark chocolate skin. Skin was smooth and dark, and he had these white teeth. Loved him.
Yeah, man. It was some great shows back in the days. It was great to have a rerun instead of some of this rubbish that they put on. Then, you know what? If I was paying my license, I wouldn't mind. But, you know.
Oh! Kimmy Kim says, Luella works at my workplace. She's lovely.
Oh,
Oh!
is it? Oh, maybe you could get
where
her
do you
on the
work?
show.
I'm coming. I want to give her a big hug. I love her. Oh!
well.
Kimmy Kim, we got to have some words, girl.
You
I'm
know
telling
what?
you.
We need to get her on a show. That'd be great.
Stop lobbying people. She just said she works with her. Now we're trying to get her to fix up all sorts of things.
Why
Behave.
not? Why not? Why not?
Lovely Lee says Three Non-Blondes was hilarious. It was. That's my kind of level of funniness. I'm telling you, it was good. And Adelaide says she was in The Big Life in the Windrush Theatre. She said, wasn't Crystal Rose a part of Three Non-Blondes? I don't think so. Crystal
No.
Rose was a presenter, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. I don't think she was on it.
Yeah, Luella Gideon was also on EastEnders recently. Yes, she was. She's brilliant on EastEnders. She's brilliant on EastEnders. She keeps it real on there. I love her on there. When I've watched EastEnders and I've seen her on it, I've loved it. And Adelaide says was no problem on Channel 4. Yeah, when the BBC decided that they weren't going to cast their one in, one out black shows and Channel 4 came to in existence, Channel 4 became kind of like the lord for all the black comedy.
Yeah.
Channel 4. Now it's kind of everywhere now. Every film I watch, there are black people in it.
That's good, right?
Every film, and they playing lead roles. They're not dying off early anymore. We are not dying
Yeah.
off early. We are
Yeah.
there right to the
We're there to
end.
the end, right to the end.
We are making
And
headway some 150 years later. We are right there till the end.
yeah,
But it's coming up to break time. When we come back after the ad, I shall talk about some films I've been watching. I finally watched 6888. Talk about that. Yes. Yes, Sharky DJ.
finally.
Yeah. I don't know. You see, what it is that you can't juggle like a woman. That's obvious because you're there getting all discombobulated, doing a few bits and pieces. I can actually read, upload, add in, and put it up on the screen whilst checking Mixcloud at the same time. Just shows men are not the same as women there. Anyway, we'll leave it there because I know Sharky wants to comment. You know he wants to. You can see his
I'm not
face.
gonna say nothing.
You're going to see it. You can see it.
If that's what you think, I'll just leave you to think that.
However, I want to go on to a conversation. I need to have a debate about this. It's quite important, right? Do you know when your breath stinks? Is anybody aware of when their own breath smells? Are
No,
you aware of
not
it?
really.
Because I feel like if it does, I feel like I get this kind of feeling in my taste, especially if you haven't eaten and things like that. And I kind of think, they say you're supposed to lick the back of your hand and smell it and all that kind of thing. I don't know if all of that stuff works. But I don't know. Are people aware of their own breath? And are you brave enough to tell someone, if they're talking to you, that their breath stinks? Because I spoke to someone over the weekend. Right, and I felt this myself when I was rushing around. I was like, oh, let me get a soft drink because I feel like got this smell going on. But, and that's being self-aware. But it's everybody else. I was speaking to someone and it was really bad that I had to step back, like take a step back, like it's too much in my space. But hey, does anyone read this? I'm not talking about cheese and onion crisp breath delight. I'm talking about, you've got some gum infection going on. Halitosis breath, that morning breath. When you wake up first thing in the morning, nobody wakes up with good breath. I don't care who you are, unless you just brush your teeth just before you wake up. I don't know. Everybody's got a breath that goes on. But when it continues out throughout during the day, that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know. Are you aware? Are you that self-aware that you realise? Who realises? And what do you do about it?
Do you know what it is? For me, I'm very, very conscious about that. And I always say to all of my friends, if my breath ever smells while I'm talking, please let me know. And, especially like when I'm teaching salsa and, I've got someone close up next to me and I'm talking, sometimes I'm thinking, God, I'm hoping my breath don't smell. So I will also do the right, to see if it smells. I'm checking consistently and obviously I always try to have mints around. But some people are not aware and it's not everybody that you can really tell because some people will take offense.
And how'd you come out with, by the way, your breath stinks?
If I'm talking to you, any one of you, my breath smells, just say, Sharky, your breath stink. I won't take offense. I'll run to the toilet. And
I'd like someone to be quite...
car.
Yeah, you'd feel bad. Don't get me wrong. You'd be
my
mortified. But,
I'd rather people tell me than talking to everybody's face and the guy.
And they come back. The only recollection they've got on that night was that, I saw Sharky, but his breath did stink, man.
Yeah.
It stink bad. No, seriously. It was a thought that came to me. Sometimes I have these thoughts and I've got to write them down as soon as I come because I want to discuss it on the Breakfast Flight Show. But I'm standing there. I'm like, oh, my God, I feel like my mouth is foul. Let me go get a drink. But nobody said anything. Nobody said anything.
Before you go any further, lovely Lee girls, cup your hands around your mouth and if you pass out, you'll know. I tell you that. You know what? I said to Lovely, you need to be a comedian though, because she always comes out with these funny one-liners. Right? Where'd she get them from? I don't know.
Do you remember when you used to ask someone to check if your breath smells and you'd actually go up to their face and go,
I still do that.
And then you actually, whoever the fool is, right, that breathes that in. If someone says, can you check my breath? Don't make no one breathe their foul mouth in your face because you don't want that. That's like being in a room with all locked windows and doors and someone just farting continuously. No, I don't need to go right up to your mouth to take a whole chunk of that breath and for me to ingest that. No, thanks. No, thanks. Yeah. Kimmy Kim says, I step back because the breath on some people, tink and cigarette breath. I've got to admit, cigarette breath is not the best. If you've just had a cigarette or a smoke and you come in and you speak to someone straight away, that's all over you, and it stays there. And I'm fully aware of that. I'm telling you. And the worst one was if I was hungover. And I used to find this, especially, this used to be a daily thing back in the day. And I'd be walking up to the station and someone's smoking. And that smell of smoke used to actually make me feel physically sick, to be hungover and then smell smoke so early in the morning. Hated it. Mary Kiggs says, I don't want someone's warm breath in my face. Warm? It stinks. Not just, if it was warm, that'd be good. My face would just be, breathe in my face, please, when it's cold. That's not a problem. But when it's, no.
Yeah,
And you don't know what some people do with their mouth anyway. So, leave it right
it's
there.
a sensitive subject. I mean, there are a few people that I've spoken to and their breath, like, doesn't smell right. And I'm like thinking, I've got one friend, I mean, if his breath smells, I just say, listen. And I sometimes have mouthwash and say, look, take that and go to the toilet. And he knows what I mean. And he goes and he feels no way. He'll just do it. But it's not everybody that you can say, or every friend, because some people will feel offended, But
So
like
you just carry mouthwash around with you? Do you have friends that have that?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I do. And, little tiny one in my back pocket sometimes, It depends on where I am, But I'm very aware of, for myself, I don't want my breath smell, especially when I'm teaching and I'm talking into people's face, There's nothing when people go, so I will often say, listen, it's my breath smell. If it does tell me, I'll go to the toilet and sort it out. But I always try to sort myself out before.
I think you'd have to ask a friend that. If some random Joe Blogs, even if it's a teacher, come and say, does my breath smell? That means you have to breathe it in. No, I don't. I don't want to be the breath checker. Don't make me be the breath checker. Yeah, I'm no breath checker. Yeah, give that task to somebody else. There's no Richter scale in my head going on that I can measure the level of stinkness. No, thank you. I don't want that job. I'll be like, ask her. Ask her. I don't know. I can't breathe. My nose is dead. I don't know.
It's when you dance with someone and you see them going like this, you can see them dancing in it. Then you know.
Yeah, worse still if you're dancing with someone and you've got that head-to-head lock and they're like, because you breathe hard when you dance and you're having a good dance. You breathe hard, right? In your face. Oh, no. If I'm having a dance with someone and their breath stinks, I'm moving, I'm cutting it short. I'm really sorry, but I've really got to go to the toilet. And you've gone and you disappear and you don't come back. Just leave immediately. And if they ask again, no, my foot's hurting me, man. I've got to take your shoes off. That kills it. That kills it. Kimmy Kim says HPQ. She says, is doo-doo breath the same?
Doo-doo breath. But there is some really bad. Listen, there is some bad breath out there.
I hope it's not because they've been eating that. I hope it's just the name you're giving it, right? It's halitosis breath. When they don't, it's the professional name.
They leave out in the morning and they don't brush up them teeth,
Oh God. And Kimmy Kim says, Lord, sis, there's a breeder at my workplace has that breath. There's enough of them. There really has. Duck under your desk. It says, Lady B says, I think I'm aware and would rather be told, but I don't have the balls to tell others.
But here's the question. Which one's worse? The bad breath or the BO? I know they're just as bad, but which one is worse? The bad breath or the BO?
I think they're both as bad. It's a smell.
Yes, but which
I remember that in
worse?
The Matrix. It's the smell.
Which one is worse? Because the thing about it is, if somebody's bad breath, you can think, okay, they may, be eating or whatever. But the BO is all to do with, some people's body odor, and sometimes it's to do with the clothes, putting on clothes again.
Yeah, it's all
like
sinewy and yellow, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Like when you get in the morning time, those people that you get on the train and they're sitting next to you and they're just like, tink, like, listen, you ain't getting away with it. You never washed today. You're never going out the shower. Some people feel that they can get away. They have to shower the night before, sweat all night, and then get up in the morning, put their clothes on and gone out.
Put the deodorant on top of the stale deodorant on top of the stale BO.
That smells even worse because you can smell the deodorant with the BO.
Listen, guys, I know we do shortcuts. I know I paint three toenails when I'm going out in my shoes, right? But you see all of this, put deodorant on top of stale deodorant on top of BO. You don't do that. At least wipe under. If you don't want to get in the shower, at least wipe all the essential places. It's a proven fact that you do. By the way, it's a proven fact that you do not need to shower every day to keep your body clean, but there are essential parts of your body that you do need to clean. You don't need to shower down and wash the whole of your skin and all of that, right? But you do need to wash essential parts of your body. Face, your ears, under your arms, you know, the nether regions too. You clean that up. Your feet,
Mommy like
right? The
wash
rest can wait until the
everywhere.
next day if you're in a rush. But make sure you clean those parts before you go out. Yeah, smell fresh for somebody else. Don't come next to me with yourself. Now, Mary Kidd says we need to be kind people, to be tactful, and offer a mint.
That's what I was gonna say.
Carry
Sometimes
mints.
when somebody offer me a mint or chewing gum, I always say to them, "Does my breath smell?" Because sometimes people do it out of the blue, and I'm like thinking, "Wait a minute, does my breath smell?" And they're like, "No." And I said, "Are you sure?" Because it's just let me know. Let me know now.
No, no, it
No.
don't. No, it's all
Then I
right.
do a check anyway. Yes, yes. So, HPQ, what you got to talk about now?
I was just like watching some of the chat. Oh my gosh, we've got lots coming in here. Now, Mary Kidd, last thing I said, we need to be kind people and be tactful and offer a mint. Lady B says, and cleaning inside of your nose. No frowsy body, says Verona Green. I can't stand bad breath. Tooth infection causes bad breath too. But when you can't afford to go to the dentist, it makes it difficult. Dentists are not cheap and not everyone can afford it. I watched a woman in Specsavers having to replace her son's glasses. He had thick lens, he had broke the side and she had glued it in and she's trying to extract the lens out, right? To put new lens into this broken frame because she couldn't afford it. And I know I'm laughing, but the reality is that some people cannot afford over £100 or even £60 for a frame. So we've got to be like mindful of people that can afford and can't afford to go and get things done. There are some things that we need to put importance on, and health is one of those. But dentist is another set of costs. To go and even see them just to have a checkup is a lot. Every time I go to my dentist, I'm £250 down one time. So you can imagine what it's like for everybody else. Mary Kick says, listen, God bless kind people. One time I walked out the loo with my skirt tucked into my pants with my head held high. My friend at work pulled me to one side. Yeah, we've all done that, man. The skirt in the knickers and you flash your nether end in the air and everyone can see. I hope you rocked it, man. Walk with the wiggle because they're jealous of us or what we've got that's so bountiful and beautiful and natural. That's the one thing. But in saying that, talking about dirty things, BO, dirty mouth, one of the things above all of that, what I hate to see is dirty ears. You know when the people got the bits of wax that are falling out their ears, you can see all the flakiness in it? Takes a cotton bud, whatever you want to use, a flannel, a cloth. You're not supposed to dig those cotton buds right down in your ears, by the way. Or a flannel or something. But please don't come with cake in your ears. I don't want to see cake in there. And all the crumbs falling out, thick bits of wax. Yeah, it looks nasty. And clean the inside of your ears. I don't want to see all those little black spots and heads where you don't bother clean your ears. They're just as important as under your arms. Clean your ears. Yeah,
All the
cut
crevices.
your nose hairs. Cut the nose hairs so that's not flaking out either. Yeah, clean your ears. There's a little bit of maintenance that needs to be had as we get older. Yeah, get those cake crumbs out your ears. I don't like that. I really, really, really don't
Cake
like
crumbs.
that. I don't like it. Yeah, I can't deal with it. But we'll come back to that in a second. D Brown says, once you have fresh breath, don't forget your nose and ears. Yeah, exactly. Don't forget that. All parts that are visible, put it that way. Any part that's visible or you're presenting to people, clean it up. Yeah? Don't make everybody else suffer, please. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Just be hygienic.
Yeah. And we are in a time now where we are being nice to people. Social media has taught us to be nasty to people and say what we want, but I think it's time to be nice. And that's what I'm trying to embody. And I was in a taxi coming down to London, and it was a black taxi driver. And he saw me, I had the pool case and a big case and a box, and I'm struggling to get him in the taxi. He didn't come out. I called my son out. My son's like, didn't this man come out and help you? You know what I mean? Why is he sitting in his car? Then he dropped me off to the station, didn't get out again. I'm struggling to pull the case out, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to give this man a bad score, I'm just going to rate him low. And then I thought, I don't know what day this man's having. I don't know if he split up with his girlfriend, had an argument, or his boyfriend, or his parents. He could have been having a really bad day, and then I write that rating, and he loses his job for what? Because I'm all high and mighty because he wouldn't put my case or take my case out of the car, and it's not his job. And I just thought, I'm not doing this to my fellow people all the time just to be snooty, or I haven't got what I
Oh,
wanted.
that's
I'm
nice
quite
of you.
capable. My arms worked, and I walked away thinking, I am not going to mess up somebody's life today.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think being kind is definitely something that we need to concentrate on as a people, because sometimes things don't go the way we expect it to go, and when it does, we're all smiley, but make someone's life easier and help each other. Be kind in every way, shape, and form, as much as you can.
Exactly. Now it's coming up to 9:27. This is my last minute on the show because I have to depart at 9:30 on a Monday. But just as we're talking about being kind and being nice, it's February, right? I saw this chart. It's called Friendly February 2025, and for every day of the month, there's something that you can do to be nice to someone. So today is the 3rd. It's Monday. It says do an act of kindness to make life easier for someone. Tomorrow it says invite Fred over for a tea break, or in person or in virtual. So I'm going to try and practice this. Anybody who wants it, let me know. I'll post it out to you. If you want to practice Friendly February, okay, you can have this, and it will give you some pointers to do every day. Not unless you're friendly and nice every day. I know I am. I try to be. I try to be anyway. Try to practice this. So I'm going to try and abide by this. And if anybody else wants it, do that. But let's make it a friendly February for 2025. No more gripes and groans about people. Let's be nice.
Be nice.
Let's be kind. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have some videos.
Well,
Bye.
I don't think I'll be on the show tomorrow. To be honest with you, I forgot that I've got a job on
We
tomorrow.
will
But
discuss that
possibly,
later.
but I'm just letting people know. I know
We'll
we will
discuss-
discuss this, but I'm letting people know I may not be on.
Okay.
All right, because they might be looking for me and not you. So
All right.
anyway, you said you was going, so I'm going to say bye.